Welcome to the Navajo Nation, the largest tribal land in America, a place where just over 100,000 people keep alive their unique traditions in a land of high plateaus and plunging canyons. On the northern extremity of the Navajo Nation, straddling the Utah-Arizona border, you'll find the most iconic American landscape, Monument Valley. What a privilege. How often in life can you say that you've had breakfast on the porch watching sunrise over Monument Valley? It really is quite something to think that the locals driving past have that view on their morning commute every day. What may surprise many people is that the Monument Valley area is not a sterile national park. This is tribal land, and people live here and have done for centuries. The whole area is dotted with farms. Well, it's very tempting to rush straight down into the valley, but why not have a coffee and take it all in first? It costs $20 to get into the tribal park, and that gives you access to the visitor centre, and then you can also take your own vehicle on the short dirt loop road at the bottom of the valley. I have to say, I think I've got mixed feelings about that. It makes it very clear in the visitor centre that this place is of incredible spiritual importance for the Navajo. Every rock has meaning, every waterway, the vegetation is used for medicinal purposes, and tourism is having a huge impact here. At the same time, it's bringing in much needed revenue. It's a difficult conundrum. So this is a Navajo taco. It's Navajo flatbread and it's fried rather than baked. I think it's safe to say you won't find it in any dieting cookbooks. Monument Valley really shot to notoriety when John Ford decided to shoot his Western films there, and let's just say cultural appreciation at those times wasn't like it is today. Kevin Costner and Dances with Wolves was a long way off. Whilst lots of Navajo were used in the film, obviously, there was no pretense at giving them any actual script. So the hilarious thing, if you speak both Navajo and English, apparently, is that you've got the sight of John Wayne sticking to his script, followed by Navajos who were told just to talk Indian, slugging off the food, the director, and generally having a really funny old time because nobody could understand what they were saying and no one had been given any script. I just think that's a hilarious story. About 2 hours drive southeast of Monument Valley, you come to a different place altogether. There are no hordes of coach trippers here. This, for the Navajo, is a very spiritual place, and it's thankfully still very much off the beaten path. This is the Canyon de Chelly National Monument. That's a Navajo teenager who's sitting on the ledge over there, crying out, and then the echo is going all around the canyon. You can hear it here, 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 here. Well, the sun's going down and the cicadas are coming out. Just the end of another amazing day in the Navajo Nation. It's 7:15 in the morning. The sun has risen over the Defiance Plateau and we're here to do the White House Trail. This is the only hike that you can do down into the Canyon de Chelly, which doesn't require a Navajo guide. It's supposed to be quite steep. Let's see how we get on. You can see why the canyon has been farmed for centuries. It's so fertile down here. All the way around this plateau it's dry and arid, yet down here it's wet and muddy. At the foot of the canyon, these are the White House ruins. This place was first settled around 1,000 years ago by the Anasazi, or the ancestral Puebloans. When they left, the Hopi moved in, and after them, the Navajo. Well, why not? It's an awe-inspiring place to live. We're staying at the Thunderbird Lodge in Chinle, which is right at the foot of the canyon. And after a morning's hike, what better than Navajo-style blue corn pancakes? Gallup, New Mexico. Railroad town, Route 66 town. Okay, not a politically part of the Navajo Nation, but it certainly is culturally. You'll probably only be here on a really short stopover. Is there anything to see? Well, yeah, street art. For a cafe in Gallup where you won't go hungry, I've been recommended this place. This has to be one of the most delicious menus I have ever read. This place is quite an institution in Gallup. With these portion sizes, you can see why. Crossing historic Route 66. This is Gallup's soundtrack. The town of Gallup grew up around the railway. 100 trains pass through here every day, yet only 2 of them are passenger trains. The rest are the longest freight trains you have ever seen. And here comes the one eastbound passenger train, bound for California, Los Angeles at 8 AM tomorrow morning. famous and historic establishment in Gallup, the El Rancho Hotel. Back in the golden age of cinema, everyone who was everyone stayed here. John Wayne, Humphrey Bogart, you name it. Not so many these days, I think. This is Window Rock, a tiny little town on the border of Arizona and New Mexico, which just happens to be the capital of the Navajo Nation. This is the monument to the legendary Navajo code talkers who played such a vital role in World War II. Now, Navajo is already a very complicated language, so when it was put into a code, they made it impenetrable, and the Japanese had simply no way of understanding it. I hadn't realised until I read the monument that the whole operation was classified until 1968, so it was only then that the code talkers could actually tell their secret and gain the credit that they deserved. In what must rank as one of the worst episodes in American history, in the 1860s, 10,000 Navajo were marched from their lands to New Mexico. Many died on the way, and many died when they were there. It's called the Long Walk. By signing a treaty in 1868, the Navajo were finally allowed to return to their homeland. However, let's just say that treaty was extremely one-sided. The original is in the room behind me, in the Navajo Museum. I now have the great privilege of meeting Miss Navajo Nation 2019.
Hi, yeah, it's Arnold. So she here ani adona initially go do bashichin. Squidchini a dash it's copahan a dash nella. Alcos astan initially she Shandine Paul Parish initiate. Nele Twitter nation det nasha. Ado ade she dinepajek initially. Hello everyone, my name is Shandine Parish. I'm from Canyon, Arizona, which is about 3 hours across the Navajo Nation from where we are right now in Window Rock, Arizona. I am currently the Miss Navajo Nation for 2019 and 2020, and I'm very honored to hold this position because to me what this title means is a full year dedicated to our people. There are 110 different chapters on the Navajo Nation, and this is my 3rd week as Miss Navajo, and I've already been to 13 different communities, so it's a great honor and privilege. Thank you.
One final piece of advice. The Navajo don't actually call themselves the Navajo. That was a name given to them by the Spanish who tried to claim these lands many years ago. No, they are called Dine, which means the people. And they are a very friendly people and justifiably proud of their land.
The Miss Navajo Nation contest is 5 days long, and we check in as contestants on a Sunday, and when we check in, we're not allowed to have contact with our family for the entire week, and we're not allowed to have our cell phones. We're actually housed in an old dormitory here in Window Rock, so we're secluded from the public. While our pageant is in operation throughout the week, we are the Navajo Nation Fair is going on, so there might be thousands of people swarming Windorak on a daily basis, but we're very secluded because we need to focus on our competition. A part of the competition is the sheep butchering contest. In 1 hour, the contestants are required to take a live sheep and to harvest the meat. It's a part of our culture and tradition. It's how we sustain our life as Diné people. So we're required as young ladies to do this activity for our families, and it's us versus one sheep. So if there are multiple contestants, we don't share a sheep to harvest together, and that's. Since you're vegetarian, that's all I'll say.
Thank you.
So that happens in the morning, and the entire competition is in Diné in the Navajo language. In the afternoon, we are then required to take the meat that we harvested in the morning and prepare traditional dishes in the afternoon. So what competition kind of was a little... I guess I didn't expect was to keep a fire going outside for so long, and to determine which coals were at what temperature that we needed to cook our meat and to make everything fully cooked and taste good. So that was just the first day, and we had to do that all in about a 12-hour time span. So throughout the day I was drinking maybe 3 gallons of water and a lot of watermelon.
Wow, that is incredibly impressive, Shandon. Congratulations
Thank
again,
you.
and thank you very much indeed.
Sure.